Okay, so today we're going to be talking about different tenses. So, just as a quick review, I wanted to go over nouns. We have I, you, she, he, it, we, and they. Okay, and our verb tenses you already know. We have three of them: past, present, and future. Okay, this is the new part. I want you to please write this down. You can pause the video or stop the video if you need to, and write down verb functions. This word right here is pronounced functions, and there's four of them. Simple, continuous, perfect, and this last one is perfect continuous, as you can see here. So please pause the video and write these four down. Okay, next we're going on to verb forms. Please write these down as well. There's three verb forms: affirmative, negative, and questions. Today we're going to be talking about affirmative, and we're actually going to be talking about affirmative for the next few lessons because it's really complicated. So just remember our verb forms: affirmative, negative, and questions. Okay, let's just get right into it and start with simple present. And on all of our tenses, we're going to have these charts, and I'm going to explain them to you really fast. So here we have our nouns: I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. And on this side, we have two things. We have what we need to do to our verb, and then an example sentence. So here we have simple present function. This is our simple present function or simple present tense. You can say it either way. We have our noun I, and we can look here and see we're just going to put the verb. That's all it tells us to do. So an example is I walk. Next, we have our noun you, and you can see here we just put the verb, same as always. You walk. Okay, now if we look down here at our nouns he, she, and it, you can see this box is yellow, which indicates that it's different from all of the other ones. So when we have the noun he, we're going to use the verb plus s. You can see right here. So an example sentence would be he walks. And this same rule applies for she and it because they're in the same box. When you're in simple present tense and you're using the noun she, you're going to use a verb with an S on the end. She walks, and same with it walks. And then over here we can see we and they are the same as I and you. We just add the verb. An example would be we walk, and here we have the noun they, and our example would be they walk. We just put the verb as this tells us here. Please copy this down, pause the video if you need to copy this whole chart, including the title, the nouns, the verbs, and the example sentences into a notebook or on a paper. Okay, so let's do a practice. Up here, this is just giving us important information that we'll use once we learn more forms and more functions. First, we have our form, affirmative. Our function is simple present. And here, this part's most important. It's telling us our verb is sing. So this is what we're going to use to fill in all of these blanks. So first up, we have I. And if we go back to our chart for a second, we can see for I, we only use the verb. So we simply write the verb, I sing. Next, we have you. You just put the verb, you sing. Now we have he. Let's go back to our chart and look. When we have he here, we have the verb with an S on the end. So let's write that. He sings. And you're going to just do the same thing for the rest of these questions. She sings, it sings, we sing, they sing. Notice how these ones have an S on the end, just like it tells us here in the chart. These ones have an S on the end. Okay, and then when I go to the next slide, this is going to be your homework. Let me see if I can exit me. Okay, so hopefully you can see all of these problems. We have our form, our function, and then the verb we're going to use, and it's the exact same as the practice. You can go back and look at this practice if you need to. We're just going to fill in the blank with the verbs. And make sure to take note that the nouns are going to change. It's not always in the same order. Here, it's different than here, and these two are actually the same, but notice the verbs also change. We have clean, play, and sleep. Okay, I know that was kind of fast, but these videos have to be pretty fast in order for me to send them. So you can rewatch it many times, and please let me know if you have any questions, and please submit this homework as soon as possible.